Good evening and welcome in to LaSalle Lancer Basketball here on the LaSalle Broadcasting Network. Tonight, the Lancers welcome in the defending Kentucky State champion here to Bill Katie Court. Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Bosse. Alongside me is Marty Strohhofer as we get you ready for LaSalle Lancer Basketball. Tonight, the Lancers welcome in the Covington Catholic Colonels, the defending state champion in the state of Kentucky, coming off a 35-4 season last year, and will come in here to Bill Katie Court with a record of 5-1. LaSalle comes in at 2-2. Marty Strohhofer, it's good to have you back, and another year of LaSalle Lancer basketball.
Absolutely. I think, was it number 20, 21 now?
Like 21. We're getting old.
That's right. But a lot of fun. You know, this Lancer team comes in. Second game here at home. They were knocked off Tuesday night against Kettering Alter in a game that saw the Lancers just dead cold from the field in the first half, which is really not something we're used to seeing on any Lancer team here at home.
No.
Being cold at home. And of course, Alter came out and shot the lights out in the first half of that ball game.
Shot 77% in the first half. I mean, I didn't think they were going to miss. A lot of them, though, were layups that were just totally unacceptable. I know Coach Godey was furious at halftime, furious after the game. And I am sure practice was not fun the last couple of days, as it was not one of the worst performances I've seen in a while here for a Lancer team, especially that first half to give up 33 points is not something. This is a team that comes in averaging giving up just 48 a game. They gave up 33 and a half. That just doesn't happen.
Right. And to make matters worse tonight, Jeff, the Lancers are without three of their top players, with Michael Wergers, Cole Hildebrand, and Jeffrey Queen, all nursing injuries. So this is a depleted Lancer lineup tonight that is going to need some scoring coming from guys who haven't done it yet.
Now, I mean, Jeffrey Queen's their second leading scorer on the team, averaging 10 points a game. He's kind of come out of nowhere playing on the reserve team last year. Now a junior and has had a terrific season so far. He's got a concussion. You know, hopefully he can make it back for the Tuesday game against Lakota West. Cole Hildebrand has not yet played this season. He's battling an assortment of injuries. And Michael Wergers broke his nose. Hopefully he'll be back very soon, because tonight they could use him, the starting center for the Lancers. You know, at 6'3", when he went out, he was averaging over 8 rebounds a game. And coming into the season, offense was an issue anyway, trying to replace the 21 points a game of Riley Hobner, and something that this year has kind of been spread over, you know, 4 or 5 different guys. It's been a balanced scoring attack this season.
Yeah, and you talk about this Cov Cath team coming in just with a huge front court, Jeff. They come with 6'8", center Nick Thielen, a 6'8" senior. Tyler Fleek goes 6'5" at forward, and Jack Davin, 6'5". He's a senior also. So the tallest guy on the Lancer lineup is 6'3".
And they will bring in a backup center who's 6'6", who averages 9 points a game. He plays a lot of minutes. And this is a team that can put the ball in the basket. They average 70 points a game, giving up just 47. This is a talented squad that comes in from across the river, and a team that's got a lot of weapons offensively. And they're going to come in here and they're going to press the heck out of the Lancers. You're going to see a variety of different presses that they're going to throw at. They might not press the entire game, but they're going to press enough, and the Lancers are going to have to find a way to take care of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to rely on Jalen Lemons, who is the 5'10" junior, is the Lancers' leading scorer, coming in averaging 13 and a half a game. And, you know, Lemons is going to have to take care of the ball and look for those kind of secondary break opportunities when they beat the press, Jeff.
Yeah, the great thing is Nathan Vogelpohl returned to the lineup Tuesday night for the first time. He had been out with an injury, and Nathan had a nice game coming back. He had 13 points against Alter, tying his career high. And he's kind of the leader of this team, the senior that's played the most games, the most minutes. And I think as the season unfolds, a guy that the other players are going to look to for some leadership.
Yeah, no doubt about that. This is going to be a challenge for sure. You know, you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, Jeff. Cov Cath comes in after winning a state title last year, but graduating, you know, five new starters
all
for
five
Cov Cath.
guys graduate, including C.J. Frederick, who went on to play at the University of Iowa, the coach's son, Aiden Rusea, who is now down at Christian Brothers, and they've not really missed a beat. They're 5-1. Their lone loss of the season was a 57-51 road loss to their biggest rival, the Highlands Bluebirds. They've this season beaten Ludlow, Lexington Catholic, St. Henry, Holy Cross, and then Tuesday night they beat the Scott Eagles 57-43. And this is, and when you talk about being the state champion in the state of Kentucky, it is very special because they're one of the few states, if not the only state left in the country that has one state champion.
Right.
So when you win a state title, it's a special thing. And that's what they did last year. You know, if it gives an indication, they were the only team in the greater Cincinnati area that beat the Moeller Crusaders. They're on the schedule again later this year for Cov Cath and Moeller to meet out in Kenwood, and that will be another terrific matchup. You know, we know what Moeller's lost. Moeller replaced 4 of their 5 starters for last year. Of course, hasn't really hurt the Crusaders at all. I mean, you know, they're averaging, I think, 85 points a game and just blowing people out there with Miles McBride and the rest of the Crusaders. But yeah, Moeller's sitting at 3-0, averaging 91 points a game in those 3 games. So the Lancers have got their hands full here tonight. And I think they've got to use their quickness. I think they'll have a quickness advantage. And being able to, they've got to play better defense than what we saw here Tuesday night, or it's not going to matter, you know what their quickness or athleticism is, because they just can't have that happen again.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Cov Cath tries to take advantage of their height mismatch against the Lancers. And, you know, guys like Dion Campbell, Vogelpole, Eddings, and Lambert are going to be the guys that are going to have to guard the bigger players here for Cov Cath.
And Cov Cath, I tell you what, this is a team that when you look at their stats, they remind you a lot of the Moeller Crusaders, the way they shoot the ball. They're averaging 55% from the field. They shoot 38% from behind the three-point line, and they average 31 rebounds a game. All numbers that you typically associate, and numbers you only really normally see with Moeller.
Well, and I think the secret to that, Jeff, is getting shots inside, getting shots in the lane. I mean, no team shoots that well when you're taking long 20-foot jump shots. You're getting a lot of points in the paint if you're shooting that kind of percentage. And that's what Moeller's lived on with their big guys over the years. And it's what this Cov Cath team is going to bring tonight.
And I can already tell the energy level that we're seeing from this Lancer team in pregame warm-up is a lot more than of any energy we saw in that game Tuesday night. And they're going to need it to keep pace with this Cov Cath Colonel team tonight. And it'll be interesting because next year, Cov Cath will bring their football team over to play the Lancers here at Lancer Stadium. So we'll be seeing this Cov Cath team. And they do have a player that will not play tonight, Michael Mayer, who is verbally committed to Notre Dame to play tight ends. He is out and will not play tonight. And he is a terrific football player, not as good of a basketball player, but would have been a guy that would have started had he been healthy tonight. They're expecting him back in January from what I was told here before the game. So we are almost to tip off here. LaSalle and Cov Cath getting together. These two teams did meet last year, and LaSalle lost on the other side of the river 67-49. And it was not pretty over there, but that was a much more talented Cov Cath team last year than we see this year, but it's still a very talented squad. We're going to have our opening prayer and then the national anthem. Tip-off is just moments away. Stay with us. This is LaSalle Lancer basketball.
Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm, and finally, we pray for your grace that you would provide us with the endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son. Amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle, live Jesus in our hearts. We are, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for Cov Cath. National anthem, then the starters.
LaSalle and Cov Cath here tonight as these two teams meet for the second consecutive year.
Is that a Pride of LaSalle recording?
It might have been. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Cov Cath Colonels at guard, a 5'11 junior, number 2, Grant Diskin. At the other guard position, a 6'1 junior, number 4, Joey Moser. At forward, a 6'5 senior, number 11, Tyler Fleek. At forward, a 6'5 senior, number 20, Jack Davin. And at center, a 6'8 senior, number 30, Nick Phelan. The Colonels are coached by Scott Ruthsack in his 8th year with an overall record of 205 and 47. For your Lancers, starting at forward, a 6'2 junior, number 13, Derek Eddings. Derek averaging 7 points a game and shooting 43% for the field. The leading scorer for the Lancers up next, a guard, a 5'10 junior, number 11, Jalen Lemons. Jalen averaging 13.5 points a game. At guard, a 6 foot senior, number 2, Nathan Vogelpohl. Vogelpohl, the leading scorer from returning from last year's team. At forward, a 6'3 senior, number 0, Codin Lambert. And at forward, a 6'2 senior, number 3, Dion Campbell. The Lancers are coached by Pat Godey in his 2nd year with a record of 17 and 12. And Marty, this has got the feel to a big-time game, and it's got the feel to a GCL game.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely feels that way. This team, if they were on the other side of the river, could be in the GCL South.
It really was. I tell you, going over there last year and watching that game, the atmosphere there, they call their student section the Colonel Crazies. And it was like a GCL student section. Not seeing many Cov Cath students here tonight, but the Lancer students have come out in full force, and they're here to root on this 2018 version of the LaSalle Lancers, and we are underway here at Bill Cady Court, LaSalle, and Covington Catholic.
Davin came down with the opening tip. The Colonels have the ball, and the Lancers are in man-to-man.
And we will see Lancers, as far as we know, staying in man-to-man throughout. That traditional look that we've seen over and over again. 3-point shot by Diskin, no good. And Deion Campbell chases down the rebound for the Lancers. So Cov Cath coming out also in that man-to-man defense. On the court for the Lancers, it's Jalen Lemons, Derek Eddings, Deion Campbell, Coden Lambert, and Nathan Vogelpohl. And Marty, a lot of switching on this Cov Cath defense.
Yeah, a lot of, well, this is a hallmark of the Lancer kind of Princeton-style offense, a lot of back cutting and picking.
And we've seen, that motion offense. And, I tell you what, it looks like Cov Cath switching defenses here. Really playing off some of the Lancer defenders. And Derek Eddings is going to be called for a charge. Their defense kind of reminds me of what we see from Moeller. Moeller that doesn't guard anybody outside that three-point line, gives you that space and makes it very hard to penetrate into the lane. Diskin brings the ball up. Diskin, the 5'11 junior. He's the leading scorer for the Colonels at 14 points a game, and he's also their best three-point shooter. He throws that one over the head of the forward Jack Davin, and that is a Cov Cath turnover. So just underway. Glad you could join us here on this Friday night. It's LaSalle and the Covington Catholic Colonels.
And now it looks like a 3-2 zone.
Yeah, it looks a little bit of a matchup zone out there now. Vogelpohl fires up a three, an air ball from the corner. Diskin with the rebound. Cov Cath quickly comes the other way. Going to the basket is Joey Moser. He is going to be called for a charge as he runs over Coden Lambert. So for the first time tonight, we'll see Nolan Ensweiler, the 6'1 senior for the Lancers, enters the game. Little half-court press that time. We've not seen the full court press quite yet for this Colonel squad, but we will see it during the course of this game.
Well, that's a long extended. They just extend that zone press
way
all
out,
the way out to.
Tried to trap in the corner, and it forces a Lancer turnover.
Well, I'd like to see the Lancers attack that extended zone down by the basket.
Yeah, there. Ball gets over
nice
half
hustle.
court. Vogelpohl dives. Last touch by Nathan, and Cov Cath will keep possession.
Nice hustle by Vogelpohl.
Lancers showing a little full court pressure here as Lemons will pick up Diskin. That will be a matchup to watch most of the night. Diskin driving baseline. Eddings on him now. Looks just into the game now is number 33, Neil Green. Three-pointer no good by Devin. And the rebound comes out to Diskin, and we're going to get Eddings is going to pick up his second foul. And Marty with a short bench tonight, the Lancers cannot afford foul trouble.
No, you're right. That's two quick ones and really a touch foul that didn't have to happen.
This Lancer team that just does not get a whole lot off its bench. Most of the scoring comes, Jalen Lemons with 13, Nathan Vogelpohl scores 7, Derek Eddings 7, and Coden Lambert 6. Everybody else below that is 1 or 2 a game. And another charge will be called is Colin Fisher, who just checked in, will take the charge from 6'6 junior Neil Green.
Fisher did a nice job. You might say he kind of got in under him as Green went up for the high pass.
Fisher averaging 2 points a game off the Lancer bench, a senior this year. Lambert with the ball, kicks it outside to Fisher, back to Ensweiler, and Lancers will fire up a long three is Jalen Lemons, and knocked out of bounds, last touch by a Colonel. Marty, right now we've got 4 personal fouls and no points.
I know, it's physical contest.
4:40 to go in this first quarter.
3 offensive fouls of the 4.
And this is a Cov Cath team, averages 70 a game, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard. Fisher, shot from the top of the key, no good. Neil Green skies for the rebounds. Diskin brings the ball up over to Jack Davin. Davin, the 6'5 senior. He drives in, off the glass, and in for our first hoop of the game. Almost 4 minutes in to get our first basket. It's a long time to wait. Looks like this possession just strictly man. Lancers not with a whole lot of offensive options on the court right now. There's Lambert left open for 3. He misses, and Tyler Fleek runs down the rebounds. Nathan Vogelpohl almost with a steal.
Instead, Moser gets it back.
Diskin at the top. Throws it out for Davin. Davin goes baseline back to Fleek. Fleek works around Colin Fisher for the hoop, and it's 4-0 Colonels. We knew offense was going to be a struggle tonight for Lancer. I didn't know if it was going to be this bad. We're 5 minutes in. LaSalle yet to see a ball go through the hoop. Without having Jeffrey Queen out with an injury hurts tonight. And your second leading scorer, Eric Eddings, is on the bench with 2 fouls. A little bit of a 1-2-2 look now. I mean, Cov Cath's throwing a lot of different looks. Vogelpohl left open. His 3 rims out. The rebound comes down to Diskin.
This Lancer squad likes their 3-point shots, don't they?
Well, they are firing them up tonight. Green goes to the basket. And he will head to the line as Coden Lambert will pick up the blocking foul. Marty, we knew the Lancers were going to struggle, in the rebounding department tonight. They've yet to get an offensive rebound, but we've not seen. I don't think we've seen a shot from the paint yet for the Lancers. Neil Green, second free throw, also good. Green came in as a 57% free throw shooter. Interesting that we've not seen Cov Cath pick up the Lancers full court as of yet. But this switching defenses has really caused the Lancers some confusion. Lemons to the top of the key to Lambert. Back out to Jalen. A long 3 off the mark, and Diskin with a rebound. Going to the basket is Moser. He lays it up and in. A lot of contact there. Nothing's called, and Moser's hurt there at midcourt. 8-0 Cov Cath as we're under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. And Marty, this looks like...
You got to drive on him if they're going to leave him into the game. He's very hobbled.
Yeah, I mean, he can barely move out there.
Well, that's a defensive or an offensive opportunity that the Lancers maybe are missing here.
And a
tough
turnover.
Pass.
High pass to Dion, through his hands. Tyler Fleek with the steal. Grant Diskin will kick it outside, and Cov Cath will set up their offense. Jack David drives hard to the basket, and he's called for a charge as he runs over Tyler Voss, the 5'8 senior guard that has entered the game. See, the Lancers are playing hard defensively, but Marty, they're just firing up 3s every time down on the offensive end.
That's right. They're not even working the ball into the paint.
This is a big front court for the Colonels. 2-6-5. Right now it's three 6'5" guys on this front court for the Colonels. In the corner to Vogelpohl, he's double teamed. Lancers move the ball outside. We're down to a minute left. 8-0 Cov Cath. And the Lancers are really struggling. They had this problem against Alter's matchup zone on Tuesday night. Jalen Lemons, he penetrates, shot up and in! Acrobatic shot for the 5'10 junior in the first hoop of the night. 8-2, a much-needed basket.
It's crazy how you get to the lane, good
and
things
another
happen.
charge is called, as this one will go on Nick Phelan as he runs over Derek Eddings. Eddings is back in the game.
I don't know if Coach Godey necessarily wants Eddings tempting an official to call a charge.
No, not when you already
With
got
two fouls?
And not having Jeffrey Queen or Michael Wergers here tonight.
Lancers going to hold for the last shot of the quarter, down 6.
Vogelpohl and Lemons outside. We're down to 10. Vogelpohl get back to Lemons,
Now
down to 5. They got to go now. Jalen back to Vogelpohl. He fires up a contested 3, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. And our score, Cov Cath 8, LaSalle 2. Marty, it's been ugly offensively for the Lancers.
So here's the good news, Jeff. You said it earlier. The Colonels come into this contest averaging 70 points a game.
They have 8.
They have 8. So defensively, the Lancers have really, stifled this Cov Cath scoring attack. However, I think we got to see the Lancers do what they did when Lemons put the only basket in. You've got to attack this zone.
Somebody's got to go at this.
You've got to attack this zone. This relying on these long 3-point shots has not proven to work.
And that's not really the strength of this Lancer team. I mean, they come in averaging just 33% from behind the 3-point line. That's not what this team does well. And them shooting as many threes as we saw is not the solution to their offensive woes. This is two very good defensive teams. They both give up about the exact same number, 48 points a game. And hopefully Lancers can get this offense kicked into gear here in quarter number 2. On the court for the Lancers, it's Jalen Lemons, Derek Eddings, Nathan Vogelpohl, Coden Lambert, and Colin Fisher. 3-pointer, up and good! Jalen Lemons got all 5 of the Lancers' points. It's 8-5. Vogelpohl almost had a steal as Jalen Bowles, the 5'10 junior guard, has checked in at the point guard position.
Yeah, Bowles fell down defensively, and Lemons was able to take advantage of it and get that 3-point shot off.
That might be a matchup that Lancers can expose. He's not the same player that Diskin is, the starting point guard. It might be something that the Lancers can take advantage of. Lemons almost picked his pocket there, and we're going to get a foul. It's almost, you can almost sense that Jalen thinks he can take it away from him. That time got him on the arm. That will be the 4th team foul against the Lancers, the first on Lemons. Both teams have now been whistled for 4 fouls. Cov Cath will play about 9, maybe 10 players. They will shuffle in and out quite a few players in this contest. Top of the key to Green. Green looking, fires it back outside. Nice catch by David. And the Lancers playing some great defense out there. Inside basket for Nick Phelan, the 6'8 senior center. He's heading to Bellarmine next year to join CJ. CJ Fleming is who we're referring to.
Down to Louisville.
Yeah, Bellarmine down there. Is it Bellarmine or Bellarmine? I've never known.
Ask Coach Dan next time you see him.
I thought you would know the answer to that.
I can't say I do.
Back to that, are we calling it just kind of a matchup zone or a 2-3 zone, extended zone? Leaves Lemons open. His three off the mark. And being called for a push from behind will go on Colin Fisher, the 6-foot senior. Checking back into the game for Cov Cath is Tyler Fleek and Grant Diskin. Also on the floor for the Colonels, it's number 30, Nick Thalen, number 33, Neil Green, and number 11, Tyler Fleek. 10-5 Colonels, 6 minutes left in this first half. Diskin dishes off to Green for the layup. He got a bad matchup there. That's, tell you, when he gets back on there, Dion's gonna, it's not a guy. They got enough interior guys for Dion to guard. Dion in the corner, inside to Ensweiler. There's Lemons again for three, no good. Vogelpohl thought he had the rebound, instead it was Ensweiler. It's like Lemons is the only one wanting to shoot the ball tonight here, Marty. This zone has really zapped this Lancer offense. Three-pointer this time by Vogelpohl, followed by Lambert, no good. I think that was first offensive rebound of the game. Diskin shot no good. The ball comes loose. Last touched by the Colonels. (12-5), and yes, we are in the second quarter. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, we just watched a reserve game that ended, I think, 29-28.
Yeah. Boy, we're almost on that pace for this one. No pressing at all, which has been very interesting. There's a head fake. Shot no good, and the rebound comes to Diskin. Knocked out of bounds, and the ball will stay with the Colonels. Joey Moser checks in for Mick Davin. There were two Davins on the team. Jack Davin, a 6'5" senior, and his younger brother, Mick Davin, is a 6'2" junior. Fleek outside. I thought he traveled.
He got away with a little quick step.
And the Lancers all of a sudden down by 9, 14-5.
Yeah, the largest lead in the game.
Say that, you know, they need to do what they did that last possession. A head fake got the man up in the air, and Vogelpohl then get a nice open jumper on the baseline. Instead, it's another three. That's off the mark, and Tyler Fleek with the rebounds. Going to the basket and laying it up and in is Nick Thalen. And it's 16-5, and I thought Coach Godey might want a timeout at this point. Lancer team playing hard defensively, but it's tough when you only get 5 points midway through the second quarter. Lambert outside.
I'll tell you, they don't even look inside.
No, not at all. Lemons goes inside to Lambert, back to Vogelpohl, to Ensweiler, and the ball's going to stop. Nathan should have taken that shot.
Yeah, he should have. Yep, that's exactly right.
3 minutes left, first half. Pass to the other side to Lemons. And the ball's stealed by Diskin. Diskin goes to the basket, layup up and in. Lancers need a timeout, and there it is. 18-5 Cov Cath. They've outscored the Lancers 10-3 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, the Lancers just have no answer offensively.
And the Lancers struggled with this because Alter played very similar extended 2-3 zone, just not the size that is being possessed by this Cov Cath team, and that caused the Lancers problems. We expected to see Cov Cath come out, really push the tempo and press. Instead, it's been the exact opposite, Marty.
Well, they haven't had to press.
No.
Why would you want to give the Lancers an opportunity for an easy transition basket? So they can't score in the half court.
We've not seen that at all. We did want to send out a congratulations to Cam Porter, who within the last week has verbaled to play football at Northwestern University. And Cam, a junior, and seems to be that pipeline of running backs from LaSalle heading to Northwestern.
Is he a junior?
He's a junior. Will be a senior next year. Congratulations for Cam, and see Jeremy up there already. And now waiting on the arrival of Cam Porter. Congratulations to the Lancer junior running back. Inside to Lambert. His shot off the backboard and in. Actual shot from the paint. The Lancers need more of that. It's 18-7, 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Fleek left open from the three-point line. He passes up the shot. And another charge will be called. This is, I think, the second charge called on Bellarmine-bound Nick Phelan. He is the second leading scorer on this Cov Cath team, averaging 13 points a game. I tell you what, Marty, the defensive effort has been there tonight. I mean, you're holding this Cov Cath team to 18 first half points, 2 minutes left. I think if you'd told Coach Godey that, he'd been happy with that number.
Right, right.
I mean, they're trying to hold teams to, 40, 45 points a game. They're right in that area. .2:15 and counting here in this first half. Derek Eddings playing with 2 fouls. Lancers need all the offense they can get on the court. Deion Campbell throws it away. Diskin with a spin move. He goes to the basket, throws it over to Fleek, and Fleek will head to the line as he was fouled heading to the basket. Deion Campbell whistled for the foul, his first, and the team's 6. I also do want to throw out congratulations to Elder head coach Joe Schoenfeld, who just the other night picked up his 400th career win. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Coach Schoenfeld's been over there 27 years and is now the winning, and it has been for a while now, the winningest head coach in the history of Elder basketball. Congratulations to Joe. What a class act.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a when you look at the coaches in the GCL South, all with, Fleming, Schoenfeld, and Kramer, all with more than 400 career wins
Dick
at
Burning.
those schools. Yeah, Burning's been gone a while.
Yeah, he has
St.
been.
X.
Three-pointer by Lemon. 20-10. Lancers down by 10. How many's Jalen got?
He's got
now?
8 of the 10.
8 of the 10. The only other basket coming from Coden Lambert. Just not a whole lot of offense other than from Jalen Lemon.
Good hands by the Lancers, a steal.
They're getting their hands in the passing lanes.
There it is.
Ensweiler, not really much of a score. Now,
I take my chances if I get that ball in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's where Lambert is now.
Oh, boy.
Boy, a tough pass there. Lancers lucky to keep possession.
There's a three.
Eddings left open for three. He knocks it down. 20-13. 35 seconds left in this first half.
And the Colonels are going to hold it for the last shot.
Vogelpohl and Moser throw it away. Eddings has got it. The Lancers with a chance to hold for the final shot. Down to 18 and counting. And boy, if the Lancers can get a basket here, boy, that would be a huge lift heading into this locker room at halftime. Down to 8. Lemons at the top of the key over to Eddings. Eddings will fire up a three, no good. And that will bring us to the end of the first half, with LaSalle trailing the Cov Cath Colonels 20-13. LaSalle does score
11 second quarter points. 12 to 11 in the second quarter. But they're going to have to outscore the Colonels in the second half.
Yeah. We're going to try to take a look at these stats.
I'll tell you, Jeff, that the last two end-of-quarter sequences where the Lancers held on for the last shots looked really out of sorts. Which is something we don't usually see. I think they waited too long to initiate the play. It was down to 6 seconds when they even initiated the play, so that shot was rushed at the end of both the first and second quarters.
Yeah, the previous low this season for Cov Cath is 51 points. And that was the game they lost on the road at Highlands. We've been talking about they average 70 a game. They ain't getting there tonight.
No. Lancer cheerleaders, you're watching now. Their halftime routine.
Talk a little bit about the 35th annual LaSalle Sports Tag coming up on Wednesday, January 23rd. Hall of Famer Robin Yount is the featured guest speaker. VIP tickets cost $175. That VIP ticket includes a baseball autograph by Robin Yount, VIP reception with appetizers, dinner, preferred seating, and an open bar. General admission tickets include dinner and cash bar. That is $60 each. If you get your tickets before Christmas, you are then entered into your VIP ticket, I should say, before Christmas. You're then entered into a drawing to win a Robin Yount autographed jersey. For ticket information, you can call 741-2389. Or you order tickets online at lasallehs.net/stag. And Marty, there's not a better stag in the city.
Always a great time. Lancer alum Brandon Sejo is going to be the MC. Of course, Brandon's over at Channel 5, right?
Yes.
Yep. So that'll be great to have a Lancer back emceeing the event.
Yes, it will be. And seems like every year Barrett goes out and finds a Hall of Famer to bring in, and no other sports tag in this town has the lineup of featured speakers that the Lancers have had over the years. Nobody even close. And a rumor, if Barrett Cohen wants me to say this or not, but I'm going to anyway. I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. That possibly, and we're going to say possibly, or maybe I shouldn't say it. Should I say it or not?
I don't know.
A possible.
If it got leaked to you by Barrett, I think it's safe to leak.
It's a possible big name that could be in attendance.
Well, there's a lot of big names who are going to be in attendance.
I've
heard Jeff Birding's going to be here. He's leading the new MLS FC Cincinnati squad. He's been here the last couple of years.
Yes, he is.
He'll be here, and there's another rumor that several of the FC Cincinnati players are going to be here at that event.
I had not heard that.
Yeah? Well, you're not following Barrett on Twitter closely enough.
Well, Barrett had told me this, and We'll leave it at this. It's a former member of the Big Red Machine.
How about that?
Could be in attendance. And I know Barrett's watching. So, Barrett, if you want me to mention the name, let me know, and I will feel free to throw that name out there.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
We're not going to go that far.
Oh, see,
we're
now.
Just going to say a
your answer to that question could be.
We're just going to say a former member of the Big Red Machine could be in attendance that night.
Clay Carroll?
And
is he still alive?
We'll see if Barrett will allow me to say the name. In the meantime, Marty's got a look at our first half stats.
Not a lot of statistics in a 20-13 game, but we'll give them to you anyway. For Cov Cath, they were led in scoring by Tyler Fleek with 6 points. Neil Green had 4. Nick Thielen had 4. And 2 apiece for Jack Davin, Joey Moser, and Grant Diskin for a total of 20. The Cov Cath shot 72%.
I mean,
in
that's
the first half.
Two games in a week that the opponent shoots over 70% and a half.
72%.
Wow.
10 rebounds compared to just 6 for the Lancers. On the other side of the coin, the Lancers just 27% in the first half. 5 of 18, just 3 of 13 from behind the arc. That's 23%. So the Lancers struggling to score, as the score indicates. The leading scorer for the Lancers and leading all scorers is Jalen Lemons with 8, Derek Eddings with 3, and Coden Lambert with 2. You can only announce 3 guys on the scoreboard. That's not what you necessarily want.
That's not a good thing.
As we said, Lancers out-rebounded 10-6. Lancers 5 turnovers, Cov Cath 8 turnovers, 4 steals by Cov Cath, 2 by the Lancers, and 6 fouls on the Lancers, 5 on Cov Cath. So not a whole lot to talk about.
Other than Lancers just putting up 13 of their 18 shots from behind the three-point line. That's just not a formula that's going to lead to a victory. Unless Steph Curry's coming to play in the second half, I just don't think that number can be the same in the second half.
Yep, I think you're right, Jeff.
I don't know if Steph's got any high school eligibility left. But this is a Lancer team that scoring really has not been an enormous issue until these last 2 games. And it is very tough for this Lancer team when you look at things and you see that Salle doesn't have their full complement of players. You're missing 3 players that would be playing significant minutes, including 2 starters that are out of the game, and another forward, Cole Hildebrand, that would be a big-time inside player. And that's tough to overcome.
Yeah, they came out for pregame warm-ups and only had 8 guys warming up, Jeff. I mean, that is a challenge, to be sure.
Yeah, they had to fill out the rest of the bench with dressing some reserve guys. It has not been. It's been the walking wounded out there for this Lancer team, and at least Tuesday night the Lancers had 24 points at halftime. But this is the midst of a 4-game homestand for the Lancers, as they will play Lakota West on Tuesday night, and then the following Friday they are home against the Elks of Centerville. So a nice 4-game stand for the Lancers that they need to take advantage of, on a court that they traditionally don't lose on.
We are just a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. A minute or so left on the halftime clock.
They are Marty, surprised at all? This is the big high school news with Tom Bolden leaving Coleraine to go coach at Lakota West.
I guess a little bit surprised, but you know, you might have thought that Lakota position would have been claimed prior to the state championship game had it been anybody else.
Yeah, and I was hearing some interesting names swirling around that Lakota West job.
But, you know, it's good for Coach Bolden, obviously. You know, the measure of success in high school coaching around here for the last
makes the GMC
12
much
years.
More interesting.
Oh, sure. And you know, congratulations to the Cardinals for their terrific season,
Absolutely.
Making it to the state final game. And
fortunately falling to Lakewood St. Ed's in the state championship game, which is the same thing that this Cov Cath did with their football team. They lost to South Warren in the state championship game as they were looking for back-to-back state titles and came up a game short. And we'll look forward to seeing that Cov Cath team as they come here to Lancer Stadium next year for what should be a great matchup on the football field.
All right, on the court for the Lancers, number 11, Jalen Lemons. Number 13, Derek Eddings. Number 2 is Nathan Vogelpohl. Number 3 is Dion Campbell. Number 0 is Coden Lambert.
And Jalen Lemons with a quick steal. Lancers come down the other way. Coden Lambert goes to the basket, misses the layup. Instead of using his right hand, went with his natural left hand and had a weird angle by doing that and misses the bunny. Dion Campbell just knocked down.
He knocked down Green.
Nick Green in the middle. Flake misses the layup. He's going to get his own rebound. Misses another layup. The third layup, this time by Jack Davin, goes in. And it's 22-13 as the Colonels are swarming the boards.
That height of Davin and Fleek, along with Green, is, you know, what we commented on in the opening of the contest, Jeff.
Yeah, on the court for, as we see Coden Lambert's shot goes off the back rim, no good. Lancers had a good look there, and it was in the middle of the lane, so I think they'll take that look every time.
Absolutely. You know, you can't complain about those first two attempts that the Lancers had by Lambert. They just didn't go in.
And Dion with that different look, got that haircut, and had that ready for the first home game Tuesday. Three-pointer no good. Green with the rebound. Jalen Lemons steals it away from him. Gosh, does Jalen have quick hands. Tyler Vogelpohl, he is fouled going to the basket. Jack Davin is whistled for the hoop, but I tell you what, he's got hands like Jeremy Larkin out there. On the court for the Colonels, number 2, Grant Diskin. Number 4 is Joey Moser. Number 20, Jack Davin. Number 11, Tyler Fleek. And in its center right now is the 6'6" junior, Neil Green. Tyler misses the first free throw. And the lead remains at 9, 22-13. Brett Schneebert just said that he is watching the broadcast tonight from Boca Raton, Florida.
Must be nice. And they continue to dominate the offensive
boards.
glass.
I tell you
Jeff.
what, they're all over it.
Nice steal
Stolen
by
away by
Vogelpohl.
Vogelpohl. To the basket. He is hammered. And will go to the line shooting 2. Grant Diskin will pick up a foul, and the Lancers with a chance to cut into this Cov Cath lead.
That was a nice steal by Vogelpohl, anticipating the pass. Stepped right in front of it, and now he'll try to convert. First one's good.
Makes the first. It has been the Jalen Lemons and Tyler Vogelpohl show here tonight.
Vogelpohl still without a field goal.
Makes both. It's 22-16. The Lancers are hanging around and really playing the game that they need to play to win this, a low-scoring half-court affair. Diskin over to Moser. Almost lost it was Thielen. Tough shot by Diskin. I don't know how he got that shot to fall, but he did.
Lemons almost blocked that.
And the lead back to 8. It's 24-16. The Spirit Shop will have a Christmas sale going on tomorrow from 10 until 2. Save 10% on all regular priced merchandise. That's the LaSalle Spirit Shop right here in the backside of the school, right in front of the LaSalle Media Center, directly across from the cafeteria. Lancer student section into the game here tonight. Came out all dressed in white. Checking into the game for Cov Cath is their starting center, Nick Thalen. And they will check out Joey Moser. And Marty, right now, they've got 4 guys, 6'4" or taller on the court.
And they're going to extend this long zone press. Lancers, no problem.
.5:20 and counting in this third quarter. Thanks for watching here. This is LaSalle Lancer Basketball on LaSalle Broadcasting Network. Cov Cath has been in that matchup zone most of the game and missing the shot. You got to hit those open jumpers, Derek Eddings.
Yeah, right. I mean, right from the elbow. That's the shots that they weren't getting in the first half, Jeff.
That they're getting now, and unfortunately haven't hit them. But hey, I like your chances of making those rather than throwing up 13 threes like they did in that first half. Fleek left open for 3. That shot's way off, but no one boxing out Nick Thalen, and he lays it up and in. And that's where you really miss Michael Wergers inside and his 8 rebounds a game. Lemons with the runner. Boy, can he do it all. Jalen Lemons.
He's got 10 now.
10 of the 18. Lancers trail by 8, 26-18. Lemons running through a couple of screens here. He's bouncing off bodies. Diskin goes to the basket and knocks down a jumper. Boy, very quick. And getting a steal was Jack Davin. Jalen Lemons not paying attention, and Davin picked his pocket and laid it in. And the lead goes to 12 at 30-18. 4:02 left in this third quarter.
Are you surprised? Jeff? We saw on this last basket by Grant Diskin that they're setting the high screen at the top of the
almost half
mid-court, and the Lancers are switching.
Yeah.
You know, we saw earlier they switched to have Dion guard the point guard Diskin, and that time we saw Coden Lambert, and they can't keep up with him.
It doesn't really make any sense because, Dion.
I think you gotta not switch on that. You gotta try to fight through that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Or step over it if you're the other defender. Step over the screen.
And with all this size on this Cov Cath team, and Dion's got a bunch of guys he should be guarding down there in the paint.
Diskin's not the guy he should be
No,
guarding.
not at all. And a little bit of this three-quarter court, 2-2-1 full court press just gonna making the Lancers work just to get the ball up to half court. Lambert to Eddings. He's double teamed on the sideline, and he'll pull it back outside. And the Lancers are starting their offense way outside that three-point line. Vogel pull in the corner, and the Lancers struggling with this matchup zone. And I tell you what, Marty, the other thing that we had Dave Esterkamp Sr. on the other night, Vogel pull for three, no good. The rebound comes down to Nick Phelan. And we talked to Dave at halftime, and his comment was with that zone to see more ball screens. And we don't see many ball screens with this zone offense for the Lancers. Deion Campbell called with a reach-in. I thought that was an interesting comment by the former longtime assistant to Dan Fleming. 10 years as the assistant.
We see the first substitution of the half for the Lancers now.
Nolan
as number
Ensweiler.
10, Nolan Ensweiler, checks in. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Thielen was wide open, and the pass hit him in the face.
And
but the Lancers
Deion lost the ball off his foot. Eddings will come in. Deion will check out. Nathan Vogelpohl had the steal and lost it. Diskin fires up a three, no good. And Eddings is going to be called for a foul.
Boy, I don't know
about that either.
It looked to me like Eddings had inside position.
And it was just the way that Phelan was coming through the lane. It was kind of how he got pushed that direction. So Eddings will check out with 3 fouls. Deion Campbell right back in the game. Vogelpohl does get the steal this time. Nathan, coast to coast, lays it up and in. A much-needed fast break bucket for this Lancer team. 30-20, 2.5 minutes left in the third. Vogelpohl almost got the steal, and he did! Forces a turnover as losing it on that sideline was Jack Davin, the 6'5" senior.
Eddings checks back in on offense.
Almost a little offense and defense substitution going on for the Lancers. We've seen that.
This is a 1-1-3, Jeff.
Boy, it is really extended.
That's it. They got to find that pivot.
Vogelpohl on the baseline. He changes his mind, goes back outside. Eddings, a 3. Good! The Lancers are back to within 7. It's 30-23. And Cov Cath, did they get a timeout?
I think they might have a foul.
Or we get a foul.
Yep.
They're going to get a foul on Nathan Vogelpohl. I thought I saw Coach Scott Ruthsatz signaling for a timeout. He has won 2 state titles at Cov Cath last year and back in 2014. He's in his 8th year. Interesting thing about his bio was that he coached for 3 years at St. Anthony's with a legendary Bobby Hurley Sr.
Right.
And one year he was there, they won the mythical, can we call it a mythical national title?
It is mythical.
Nolan Ensweiler with a steal. He goes to the basket and lays it in! 30-25, and this crowd is roaring its approval.
Lemons on Diskin.
That's a great matchup between the two of them.
Well, that's what you want. This is the guy you want, Deion guard. Oh, there's the switch.
There's the switch. Diskin over in the corner. 3 up and no good. Fight for the rebound, the Fleek. And what did they call a charge? Called on Tyler Fleek.
No, it's a nope.
Deion Campbell stepped in and took the charge.
No, they didn't. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yes.
They got Lemons. And it's an and one.
I thought he was saying 11 had the foul.
It is. It's Lemons.
Wow. I just thought I saw 11. and I assumed it was the other 11. Wow, what a turnaround that was, Marty. And that's one of those 50-50 charge block calls. It could have gone either way. And instead of the Lancers with the ball down 5.
I thought the foul actually happened before the shot.
It's an 8-point game. Edding's shot partially
shot.
blocked. And the interesting thing is seeing Coach Rusatz wanting them to slow the tempo down.
Diskin right past
Boy,
Lemons.
he is so tough to stay in front of, and that leads to a 3-pointer by Jack David.
Just like that.
Boy, he is the engineer of this Cov Cath offense.
Just like that, it's back to 11.
We might look back at that charge block call as one of the big calls of this game.
Well, I don't know about holding it for the last shot when you're down 11.
No, and they've struggled with in the end of the first and second quarter with end of quarter situations. Lemons gets it to Eddings. They are going to hold for that final shot. Back to Lemons, down to 11. He backs outside to Vogelpohl. Go back over to Lemons. They come in doubling, and a foul is called on Diskin. But I tell you what, you got to like how they changed up, and all of a sudden, as soon as that pass with 8 seconds left, they brought the double out. This is a well-coached team. You don't win a state title if you're not well-coached. Ensweiler to Vogelpohl for 3. No good off the back rim, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Cov Cath leads the Lancers 36-25. Marty, what do the Lancers need to do to make that comeback here in this fourth quarter?
Well, I think you're going to have to see them continue to attack the basket, turn up the pressure, full court defensively. You know, the Cov Cath is going to be in no hurry to score with an 11-point lead.
Nah, not at all.
So you're going to have to push the tempo, take some chances, and most importantly, you've got to shoot the ball well.
Yeah, and they got to be able to rebound. You got to stay in front of Diskin. I mean, a couple times he's gotten around his man, has led to some easy open looks by his teammates. I think the Lancers have played the game where they want to, with where the score is at. But the problem is just not being able to generate enough offense here tonight. They were limited coming in with missing 2 starters. But, you know, this Lancer team struggling to put the ball in the hoop for a second straight game. And you got 25 points after 3 quarters. That's some problems offensively.
The Lancers will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. You've got Eddings, Lemon, Ensweiler, Lambert, and Vogelpohl.
And this defense has bothered the Lancers all the way through. Vogelpohl in the middle of the lane, and he throws to Lemons in the corner. And Lemons throws it away. Fleek with the steal. Moser outside. Gets it over Davin. Vogelpohl goes for the steal, didn't get it. Shot up, no good. Ensweiler for the rebound for the Lancers. Lancers needing to go here, trailing by 11. And Marty, I can't remember, I don't know if you can, another game of the Lancers with 25 points going to the fourth quarter in this gym. 3-pointer! Nathan Vogelpohl. Lead is 8, 36-28. Only games that come to mind are some of those LaSalle Moeller games in the past.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Vogelpohl almost with the steal. Over in the corner, Moser for 3. Joey Moser hits just his 4th 3-pointer of the season. And Cov Cath extends that lead to 39-28.
Hey, but Jeff, that's what you got to do when you're down. When you're down, you've got to go for steals. They did. They didn't get it. Then a guy had to rotate, and it left Moser open in the baseline corner.
Friday, February 1st, LaSalle will welcome in those Moeller Crusaders, and it will be a Golden Lancers social. The Golden Lancers are classes that have celebrated their 50th reunion here at LaSalle High School. Those are the classes of 1964, 65, 66, 67, and 68. You can come down to the LaSalle Media Center for La Rosa's Pizza, salad, and drinks, $20 in person. And you can watch the Lancers down in the Media Center. Watch it right here on the LaSalle Broadcasting Network and take it in a game that's always sold out and always one of the most highly anticipated home games of the season. LaSalle and Moeller here Friday, February 1st.
I'll tell you, talk about that Moeller team, and I've had the chance to catch a couple of University of Texas games on TV. Let me tell you, Jackson Hayes, that kid's going to play in the league. He's got seriously important minutes for Shaka Smart's Texas Longhorns as a freshman, as a true freshman. He's going to play in the league. Mark my word.
Such an athletic player. He's unreal.
He needs to put a little weight on, but he's a terrific player for them, for Shaka Smart as a freshman.
Lemons for three, no good, as Cov Cath went man that possession down the court. (39-28) Fleek runs over Jalen Lemons, and this time the player wearing blue, that number 11, gets the foul.
That's Fleek's first.
Both teams have been whistled for 4 team fouls here in this second half.
As usual, a little humid here at Bill Cady Court.
They're out.
Mopping up the floors.
Yes, they are. I can hear Coach Ruthsatz in front of us urging his players on the court to move the ball on offense. 6-minute mark, 39-28, Cov Cath. Defending state champions went 35-4 last year. This season sit at 5-1. The Lancers looking to knock them off here tonight on their home court. Lemons goes baseline. No, the runner, no good. Ensweiler got knocked to the floor, nothing called. He had a chance for the rebound. Instead, we come the other way. Driskin, boy, I tell you what, is he in complete control out there with the ball. And Fleek will be called for a charge. He's picked up 2 consecutive fouls on 2 straight possessions.
And he'll take a seat for Joey Moser. Number 33, Neil Green, also checks in place of Mick Davin.
6'6" junior, averages 9 points a game. This is a Cov Cath team that, I went back and looked it up. Since 97, 1990, they played 22 games against the GCL South and have split those 22 games. To give you an idea of what this program has been like for a long time. And Coach Scott Ruthsatz has taken them to another level here in his eighth season.
Lancers got to get something going to the basket here on this man defense.
Eddings throws it outside, and what did they call?
Block. Nope,
charge.
It is a charge on Eddings. That'll be his 4th.
Boy, have we seen a ton of charges called in this game?
We may have seen more offensive fouls than defensive fouls tonight.
That is, as Marty said, Eddings' 4th foul. Coach Pat Godey looking for some answers. There's just not a whole lot to choose from with this short bench tonight. Lancers a little full court press themselves. And a foul will be whistled on Tyler Vogelpohl, or Nathan Vogelpohl, calling him his older brother who played here. A lot of those similar names on this Lancer roster. Derek Eddings with roots for Lancers of past days, along with Nathan Vogelpohl. And not sure if there's any relation between Jalen Lemons and Josh Lemons. I keep forgetting to ask that question. I don't believe that there is.
They play like there is.
They sure do. Three-pointer from the corner goes down. Joey Moser, 3 of 10 on the season. He's hit 2 tonight.
2 in the fourth quarter. Give him 8.
And that was a dagger there. LaSalle, I think, might be their biggest deficit.
Lemon's a little out of control. Here
Had
comes
his shot
stealing.
blocked. Green will go to the line as he is fouled by Deion Campbell, and that will put Cov Cath in the bonus for this final 3:56. Free throw up and in. Margaret, it's 43-28. And I think this is their biggest deficit of the game, is it not?
15, yeah.
LaSalle trailed by 7 at a half, 20-13. And have gotten to within 4 in the second half. It's as close as they got. And a timeout on the court, 3:56 left. It's Covington Catholic 44, LaSalle 28. And not often in the season do you play the state champion from Kentucky and Ohio in the same year. In fact, this is the first home game the Lancers have played against a team from the state of Kentucky since 2012. I'll give you some bonus points if you can name who that is.
From the state of
Because I know
Kentucky.
I couldn't remember. I didn't remember this game. It's a Saturday night game.
Let's say
Not a school from northern Kentucky. I don't think you're going to get this.
how about a team from Lexington?
Is not. Christian County.
Christian County. Where's that at?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I know it's not near. I know Fayette County is Lexington.
Or maybe it's the Christian school in Fayette County.
Now there is a Lexington Catholic down there, and a Lexington Christian. Lemons outside Eddings. Lancers need points, and they need them in a hurry.
Eddings, long 3.
No
Off the-
good.
off the
Rebounded.
back.
Jack Davin. Moser, a nice ball fake there, and a fight for the rebound, and it's going to stay with the Colonels. So Marty, what do you think of the way the state of Kentucky does it with one state champion?
I'm not sure I even know how they do it. Do they seed? How do they seed going into the tournament? Among different size schools?
I think, I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I will be quite honest, I'm not exactly sure how that seeding process works.
Well, I'm gonna wait for that answer before I answer how much I like it.
We'll dig that up and we'll answer that Tuesday night. Is Diskin.
It's almost like the debate of this 18 college football playoff, and does the Power 5 get all the bids, or do they hold one for the group of 6 schools, or?
And Indiana used to do that for many years. That's why they had the Milan Miracle. But Kentucky has held
nice
to
move
one.
by Eddings.
Deion Campbell gets the rebound, puts it up and in. Timeout Lancers, 2:22 left, 46-30. They trail the Colonels.
30-second timeout for the Lancers.
You know, I've been corrected. That game was not actually at LaSalle. Brett Schneebert, listening down in his double wide in Boca Raton, said that game was at Oak Hills. They were the defending state champions. So Schneebert's always got all the answers. We should just ask him. He can probably explain the postseason
Kentucky postseason
basketball
seedings. Well, Brett, say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Seinfeld down there, too, while you're at it. (46-30). 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here. Lancers are down.
I need to find out then when was the last time the Lancers host a team from the state of Kentucky. It's just not something that you see much. Lancers.
Nice dish. Inside to Neil Green.
This size and athleticism is just worn down the Lancers.
Yeah, I mean, these big guys can handle the ball, Jeff.
They do. This is going to be a tough team to handle in the state of Kentucky, even though they replaced all 5 starters. And what a whale of a matchup that will be when they play the Moeller Crusaders, a team that they beat last season. Tomorrow night, Cov Cath will play down in Newport, and they will meet the Taft Senators.
That should be a good game.
LaSalle Tuesday night will be back here at Bill Cady Court facing Lakota West. Grant Diskin hits the free throw, and the Colonels are up 19. And Marty, you kind of go back to that block charge call. You know, the Lancers, if they get that call, have the ball, only down 5. Instead, call went the other way, went to 8. And that was as close as LaSalle has gotten.
Yeah, that was
the rest of the way.
That was a definite pivot point in this contest.
Fisher throws it away, stolen by Diskin. I'm overly impressed with Grant Diskin. He can do it all out there, and he's just a junior. Timeout, Cov Cath. I think
he's just going to bring in some substitutions.
Yep, go to that bench. They've got a talented squad. And the amazing thing is, you can schedule as many regular season games as you want in the state of Kentucky. They're playing 30 regular season games. It's a different theory over there with basketball when it comes to the state of Kentucky.
For sure.
In Ohio, you play 22. They just added on to that a couple seasons ago, where for the longest time it had always been 20 and is now 22. We'll take a look at these final stats when this game comes to an end, and don't know if we'll have a chance to chat with Coach Godey afterwards, but we'll see. Into the game for Cov Cath is number 3, McDavin. Number 10, Jalen Bowles. Number 25, Jay Johnson. Tyler Fleek still in the game, along with number 12, John Hychak. Open 3, no good, and Fleek is going to chase down the rebound, and Lambert just yanked it away from him. But the possession arrow keeps it with the Colonels. Tyler Voss checks back into the game for the Lancers.
And there's a turnover by the Colonels. Number 23 now checks in. You got that name?
I don't even have. I don't even have,
don't have a 23 on our roster.
I don't have a 23 on my roster either. Derek Eddings shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Colonels. We're deep in the bench on both sides. 50-30, under 40 seconds left. Jay Jackson, 25. Jackson's a 5'11 junior. Bowles goes to the rim, no good. Rebounded by Tyler Voss. Long three by Jalen Lemon. That goes 50-33. And that will be our final score as the final buzzer has hit. And the Lancers have suffered their second consecutive home loss and have fallen to 2-3 on the season. Cov Cath with the victory improves to 6-1 as the Colonels have beaten the Lancers now in back-to-back seasons. Tomorrow night, Cov Cath will face the Taft Senators while the Lancers are next up. Their next opponent is Tuesday night when they host Lakota West. Marty, kind of your impressions from what we saw here tonight?
Well, it's a Lancer team that continues to be offensively challenged, but gives great effort defensively.
It does. The
and
defense
is effective defensively.
Defense looked tremendously better than it did on Tuesday night. You know, with a team that they should have, I thought in my mind, should have beaten that Alter team Tuesday night. And, you know, Alter had that outstanding shooting night. Tonight, you were just outgunned, you know.
Well, I mean, Cov Cath had an outstanding shooting night.
They did.
You know, great hustle by the Lancers on, you know, taking charges through the entire night. I mean, the effort is terrific.
Had we seen this effort Tuesday night, I think the Lancers beat Alter. Tonight, you need a full complement of players. You need your whole team tonight, you know, to compete with this team. And hopefully soon you'll get Michael Wergers back in the next game or two with the broken nose. You know, Jeffrey Queen was out tonight with a concussion. I think he'll be back fairly quickly. The one guy that I'm not sure about how long he might be out is Cole Hildebrand. He's had an assortment of injuries, you know, dating back to the football season.
Right.
But this is just a team that I don't know if they've played a game yet this year, you know, with everybody healthy. It has just been a mass unit this season for this team. And, you know, you look at things and, you know, the way it ends up, you're just not going to win games. You're not beating anybody with 33 points.
Right.
And defensively, I think you did. You know, Coach Godey will talk to you. He'd rather have the opponent around 40. But giving up just 50 is a winning measure, a winning point total.
Well, especially to a team scores like this team tonight.
Yeah, they average 70 a game. You keep them 20 under their average.
Yep. I think Coach Godey will be satisfied, maybe not happy, but satisfied with the defensive effort tonight.
Yeah, which he was not at all happy with what that effort was Tuesday night in that loss to Alter.
We've got to look at the final statistics, Jeff, and we'll kind of go through them quickly here. For Cov Cath, they were led in scoring tonight by point guard Grant Diskin with 10. Tyler Fleek had 9. Jack Davin had 9. Joey Moser had 8. Neil Green had 8. And Nick Thielen had 6 to give them 50. In the second half, they only shot about 45%. So for the game, Cov Cath shot 54%, 19 of 35, 3 of 10 from behind the arc, and perfect from the free throw line, 9 of 9. The Lancers, on the other hand, were led by Jalen Lemons, 13 points, 8 for Nathan Vogelpool, 6 for Derek Eddings, and 2 apiece for Coden Lambert, Dion Campbell, and Nolan Ensweiler. The Lancers didn't shoot much better in the second half, 35% from the field in the second half. For the game, 12 of 38 for just 31% shooting, 6 of 20 from behind the arc, and 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Lancers out-rebounded tonight, 30-11, and
I don't think
10 of them were on the offensive glass.
I don't think that's a huge surprise there because of the height disadvantage. You know, they forced 16 Cov Cath turnovers. Now, granted, this is a Cov Cath team that comes in averaging 15 a game, so that's about what they normally do.
Right.
You know, outside of Diskin, you know, nobody else really controls the ball that well for this Cov Cath team. But, you know, LaSalle gets outscored 28-10 in the paint. And that I don't think is a very surprising stat either. The Lancers get 2 points off their bench, and that's where they're really, really limited.
Right.
With what they've got there. Marty, it's just one of those things. You got to get healthy. You played an outstanding team. That Cov Cath team is going to win a ton of games. There is no doubt. Even though they had to replace all 5 starters, that is a quality team. That's going to win a lot of games. I don't know if they can win another state title, but they're going to win a lot of games. And boy, I'd love to be in attendance to watch Moeller and Cov Cath, you know, tee it up.
Yeah, that will be a tremendous game.
That'll be outstanding when those two teams get together later in the season. LaSalle will wait for Lakota West here on Tuesday night, as that will be the next home game, and we'll have that game for you here on the LaSalle Broadcasting Network beginning at 7:15. And I want to thank our students that assisted with the broadcast here tonight: Austin Stuckey, Robert Brown, Luke Dashley, and Ethan Isley.
It's a football players' time.
A lot of football players helping out here tonight. We had a lot helping us out on Tuesday night as well. As we also want to thank Tyler Doan helping us out with some stats tonight. Of course, we can't do this broadcast, can never do it, without our executive producer, Doug Growley. And Marty, I'll let you give your final thoughts here on the evening.
Well, you know, Lancers are still trying to find their way offensively. You know, you lose the guy who was the GCL Player of the Year who scored 21 points a game. They're still trying to find their footing and doing it when there are 3 guys down who should be playing significant minutes. You see the challenge they had tonight. So hopefully Lancers can learn from this, get some of these guys back, and really improve offensively. But great defensive effort for LaSalle.
It was a great defensive effort, keeping Cov Cath at 20 points under their scoring average. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight as LaSalle and Cov Cath did battle. We'll be back, as we said, on Tuesday night. For my partner, Marty Strohoffer, I'm Jeff Bosse. And as for always, we appreciate you watching LaSalle Lancer basketball here on the LaSalle Broadcasting Network.